Tonight on Sai's Eyes on the Skies.
Well, a lot of the weather we had actually happened last week while we were on break, so not too much going on this week. As we can see, some of the headlines for today's show. Slightly warmer temps this week than we have been experiencing, and slightly a little bit too warm for December. Mostly clear skies going to be moving in this week, so not too much weather is going to be going on, and it'll be a little bit of a cool down on Friday. I'll have more about that later in the show.
Plus, Trey has your national weather forecast. All that and more as this Tuesday, December 3rd edition of Sai's Eyes on the Skies starts right now.
Live from Studio 171 in Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State Meteorology Department team of meteorologists brings you the latest weather from around the country and out your front door. Iowa State's longest running television program and the only live weather broadcast on campus starts right now. This is Sai's Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Sai's Eyes. I'm now joined by Jackson. There was kind of some fall temperatures out there today.
Yeah, it actually felt really nice walking to class today. I just put on my new jean jacket I got from my dad at home over this Thanksgiving break. So that was nice. Just a little bit warmer temperatures that we had kind of going around campus today.
Is that what we can expect for the rest of the week?
For a little while, yeah, it will cool down on Friday. Nothing like what we had last week. So as you guys can see right now, temperatures in Ames not doing too bad for December. 39 degrees in Ames, 42 in Des Moines. Temperatures are really just going to range in the 30s to 40s throughout Iowa today. So really not too bad for December. But we do have a little bit of this wind coming in. You can see on the future cast over the next week. So that will keep temperatures seeming a little bit colder than they actually are. I'll have more about that later in the show.
And now it's time for tonight's weather story. On this day in 1983, Birmingham, Alabama was drenched with 9.22 inches of rain that fell within 24 hours. The rain caused severe flash flooding, which literally submerged traffic in Birmingham. And now, here's Trey with a look at what's going on around the country. Trey?
Well, no rainfall to speak of like that going on across the nation this evening. Let's take a look at temperatures right now. You can see much of the country sitting in pretty chilly conditions right now, especially across the Rocky Mountains. And then as we head up to the north, coming up, we'll go over this week's forecast, which does involve a couple changes. And then I'll tell you more about what we can expect as we head down the road into December.
Welcome back to Sai's Eyes. Now here's Trey with a look at what's happening around the nation. Trey?
Well, as it was alluded to earlier, most of the weather happened last week during Thanksgiving weekend. Now we're starting to see things settle down a little bit. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar picture. This is a look at last week's storm system that brought a lot of snow to the Rocky Mountains and then the upper Midwest. That system is finally beginning to move on out to sea and moving out the northeast. Then as we go and take a look at what's going on across the west coast, we do have another system that will be coming in as we head through the next couple of days as well. This one right out here, currently moving on the coastal California. That is the next system that will be headed our way. And that will primarily affect locations down to the south, but really overall, not expecting too much this week. Now let's take a look at the drought monitor because drought continues to be a big issue now. Not really an issue for most of us up here in the Midwest, but if you're down across the Southwest in the Four Corners region, take a look at that drought. Extreme to exceptional drought across portions of Arizona and Utah, and then some drought conditions also extending back down into Texas, and then even some drought down across portions of the Southeast. But we have seen quite a bit of rain, and things will begin to get better and improve as we head through the next couple of days and over the next few weeks. Let's take a look at temperatures right now across the nation. You can see generally looking at temperatures colder up to the north and warmer down to the south, a little bubble of warmer air coming up from Texas, and then some 30s up around the Great Lakes and then up into the northeast. Let's take a look now at temperatures across the region. You can see currently sitting at 38 right now in Rapid City. It is currently 42 in Des Moines, 42 in St. Louis, A little bit colder up to the northeast. That's where we've seen quite a bit of snow over the last couple of days, and you can see where that snowpack is really thick. 30 right now in Albany, 28 in Augusta. A little bit warmer once you get back into the Appalachian Mountains. And then as we head farther down to the south, cool air filtering in behind that storm system all the way down to the Gulf Coast. You can see chilly right now in New Orleans at 54 degrees, 54 in Tampa, and then even colder once you get up to the Tennessee River Valley with temperatures in the lower 40s. And then let's take a look at temperatures right now across the southwest. You can see traditionally, as you would expect, colder in the higher elevations and then a little bit warmer once you get down to the lower elevations and down to the coast. And then across the Pacific Northwest, again, pretty much seeing the same thing, a little bit warmer as you get closer to the coast, but where we have all this snow for all of that snowpack, temperatures are much colder, currently sitting at 27 right now in Idaho Falls. So let's take a look now at the upper atmosphere for the next couple of days. Now you can see the upper atmosphere is pretty much characterized here by this zonal flow. Notice here we don't really have any big troughs or ridges going on across the nation. And so with this zonal flow, you can kind of expect generally your colder conditions to stay up to the north, warmer down to the south, but really just not too much. Here's that system I mentioned earlier in California. So watch what happens here as we head through the next couple of days. You can see that system will continue to come on shore just a little bit, but meanwhile, most of the country here really just in kind of a quiet pattern here with no major troughs or ridges. And then as we head through Thursday morning, you can see that pattern continues here. So a little bit of a little wave right here moving through the Four Corners region, but other than that, just really remaining calm, typical December conditions. And then you can see that will transpire as we head into Thursday evening. So watch what that means here for our futurecast, our national futurecast. So as we step through time here, as we head in through Wednesday, you can see generally dry conditions, no major systems to really speak of, a little bit of lake effect snow up around the Great Lakes region. And then here's our system out in California producing heavy rain and some mountain snow. And then you can see as we step through time here, some of those clouds begin to spread off to the east, but the only region where we're seeing most of the activity is down to the southwest. And other than that, just really looking at a pretty tranquil pattern across most of the nation. So high temperatures for tomorrow, generally looking at upper 30s up to the north, warmer down to the south. Notice San Antonio there sitting at 70 degrees. And then here's a look at my select city forecast for Los Angeles. There's that rain tomorrow. And then after the rain clears out Wednesday, we will continue to stay fairly dry as we head through the upcoming week with temperatures holding back into the 60s.
Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. In what layer of the atmosphere does weather occur in? A, the troposphere, B, the stratosphere, C, the mesosphere, or D, the thermosphere? We'll have your answer coming right up. Now let's have a look at the week ahead with Jackson. Jackson?
Yeah, so for those of you who are just tuning in now, temperatures are sitting pretty nice for December, just for the beginning of December. 39 in Ames and 42 down in Des Moines. So for the time it is right now, it's a little warm from what we've been seeing, and we've definitely been used to those colder temperatures that have been moving in. I'll have a little bit more about that later in the forecast. Welcome back, folks. Now let's take a look at our current conditions. We have Ames is sitting at about 39 degrees, winds about from the northwest. West-northwest, 13 or 15 miles an hour. Sorry about that. Feels like 31 degrees, so it feels a little bit chillier because of that wind that we have moving on right now, and the pressure's not too bad either. Looking at current temperatures, as we saw earlier, Ames is looking at about 39 degrees, and the temperatures are really ranging in the 30s and 40s all throughout the state, with the warmer temperatures kind of sticking towards the south as we usually see. What we do not know is that the wind speeds are a little bit picked up right now, 15 miles an hour in Ames, which is a little gusty, really kind of making that temperature fall down. As you can see, the feels like temperature, or the wind chill right now, is kind of bringing those temperatures from the mid-30s down to the upper 20s, and Des Moines seeing about 32 degrees, which is a difference of about 15 degrees temperature for those windy conditions. Looking at satellite and radar, we really don't have too much going around the state right now. Maybe a few clouds moving in as time progresses, but really nothing compared to like the system we had last week throughout this week. Looking at our forecasted highs, tomorrow's going to be a nice day, 46 degrees in Ames and 48 in Des Moines. Seeing some 50s in the southern portion of the state and high 30s to upper 40s in the northern section of the state. So really nice December temperatures moving through right now. Looking at our forecast for tomorrow night, we see clearing skies at 22 degrees, so it's going to be a little chilly tonight as you walk around if you're just coming back from work on a late night. With that cloud cover, but that'll be moving into tomorrow, 46 degrees, nice and sunny for you guys out tomorrow. So enjoy the warm December weather while it lasts, because it won't be sticking around for too much longer. Looking at the futurecast again for some cloud cover, we have a little bit coming in on Friday, but really not too much inclement weather coming in, maybe a little bit of clouds on Sunday, and you can see this little blip of precipitation that is possible in southern Iowa, but that is quite a bit out on Sunday, so we're not exactly sure if that will be what will actually happen. Looking at our extended forecast for this week, it kind of stays in the 40s, 46 on Wednesday and Thursday, but those temperatures do move down on Friday into the 33 degrees. Rises up again on Saturday, 44 degrees, 47 on Sunday, and then plummets back down on Monday and Tuesday, 32 degrees on Monday, and a bittering cold 19-degree temperature on Tuesday.
All right, now it is time to discuss our trivia question for this evening. In what layer of the atmosphere does weather occur in? A, the troposphere, B, the stratosphere, C, the mesosphere, or D, the thermosphere? What do you guys think?
That's back to the basics there. I'll have to go with troposphere.
I will say troposphere as well, and that's just coming from my very limited meteorological knowledge that I have.
All right, let's see what our viewers had to say. It looks like the vast majority of our viewers thought that A was the correct answer. So, A actually is the correct answer.
I'm glad to see that no one chose the thermosphere. I mean, the general public should have learned at least a little bit as they were taking classes in high school, but I know that maybe that's not common knowledge to certain people like it is to us.
All right, well that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show under our Size Eyes YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Thursday.